Good morning, this is part 2 of the June class in a box. It's the masculine class using the lovely Waterside papers and the Relaxing Waterside stamp set and dies. So the second project is a square card that is 28 by 14, scored on the long side at 14 centimetres. Then we're going to start with the layer, which is 13.5 by 13.5, and that is the lovely pool party and the birds. And then we're going to do a little bit of blending, blending on that side and inside. We might as well do both, and decorating the inside. And let me change my paper for blending. So for this one, the outside DSP layer, we're going to do pecan pie. So taking some off, trying to make it as light as possible. We don't want it too much, we just want a sort of a blended, slightly blended look, just to mark those edges. So I've just inked up my pecan pie, so it's a bit darker than normal. So there we go, that is that one done. Then the inside will be I'm going to do Old Olive. So Old Olive on the insert, which is ½ centimetre smaller. Let's do that side. And I have just get some off, so I'm going to do that in some in that corner and some in that corner, just lightly, very lightly, and then lightly on here as well. And then I'm going to do a little bit of stamping off. Can hardly see because the camera's in the way. So dab, 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 and then I'm going to pop that on there, and then just to create one in the distance, and then stamp it on again. That's it for that. And then inside I'm just going to take pecan pie back, and I've got Have a Great Birthday. This is from the stamp set. Just going to pop Have a Great Birthday down here. Right, so with my stamping, I always do it before I've stuck it in, and some people don't, but I always go wrong, so I tend to do that before I've stuck it in. Okay, so we can stick this in now. Let's pop some glue on. Problem is with stamping, you get it all on your fingers, blending rather, so you have to be careful. So there we go. So that's upside down. You might not like that if it's upside down. So let's pop this on, but again we're going to do some stamping on here, so I'm going to do that again in Old Olive. So as you can see in this one, I've got some little grasses down here, so just going to do what I did before, stamp off, and then take the smaller grass just to give it a different height stamp off. There we go. That will do. And then that is ready to go on. Let us put some glue on. Make sure got it in the right way, not upside down. So that goes on there. Now then we need that little round pecan pie disc that goes there, and so that will, I'm going to stick this on now, and then in the middle, this is from the lovely Spotlight on Nature dies, which I think I use a lot. So that's that one, and then we've got this picture. Now I'm going to use the Spotlight on Nature dies, and I'm going to use the one that is 8.5 centimeters with a little sort of dash and dot, and then sort of look at it and think what sort of where I would like it to go. Get my die cutting machine out, put it through my die cutter, and then that will give it a lovely effect. That's going to sit in the middle of the pecan pie. Sorry that this is going to cause a little bit of shaking. Let's get rid of this. Right, so you've got a beautiful die, and take my pick tool, get the rest of it out in here, little bits that don't come. So that is then going to go in the center of that. So I'm just going to twiddle that around a bit. The house is straight. So there we go. So that's that one. So I'm then going to do my chair, which I did the blending and colouring and shading in the first video. So I'm just going to pop that little chair there, and that is flat on the front. Just wet glue, or what glue you prefer. So that goes there. Stick that down. So then I've got, go back to my bowl of lovely cutouts. So I could put that there, and then that's quite nice. Let's put that there. So this one I tend to do just wet glue, so that's flat on the front, and then this one is raised up with dimensionals. That will go there, and then I've already cut out another relax, because I think these are great cards for Father's Day or mail cards, but also retirement cards. I think they're brilliant for retirement. So that's the last thing. So that is our second project done, and I'll see you in the third project. See you later.